Good day, everyone. We would like to welcome you all to the 30-minute Life Hacks program. The 30-minute Life Hacks program aims to provide you with the valuable discussions on the most relevant topics and issues that we have right now, and how you would be equipped with the right knowledge, skills, and information as we live our lives to the fullest. So before we start, let me introduce myself to you. I am Coach Darwin Rivers, a seasoned HR professional, a certified professional manager, an emotional intelligence professional, as well as a certified life coach. I'm also the president of the Philippines HR Group, one of the largest online community of HR and HR allied professionals in the Philippines with almost 200 members. And I would like to introduce to you my co-host, of course, who's a well-known Catholic educator, a financial coach, and a motivational speaker. Of course, my good friend, Mr. Burns Ordoñez Caasi. Hello, Burns.
Hi, Kuya Darwin. Hello, guys. Welcome to our third episode. And I'm so excited because our topic today is very timely, especially that we are facing the threat of this global pandemic. We will be talking about the spirit of volunteerism. We would explore if it is still relevant today and how we can see it happening in the lives of two of our guests. We have two very interesting special guests. Why don't you introduce our first guest, Kuya Darwin?
Of course. So our very first guest is a trainer, a JCI youth leader, lead of Batang Rizal movement, and one of the core volunteers of Zero Hunger Philippines. A good friend of mine, Mr. Reynard Francisco. Please say hello to our viewers, Nardz.
Hi everyone, I'm very happy and excited that I'm here this afternoon.
Thank
Nice to
you.
see you all.
Thank you
Burns.
so much for being with us, Kuya Reynard, and good to see you again. Reynard was also my guest when I was still a radio broadcaster in the AM radio sa School of Life Radio. And guys, meron pa tayo isang guest. Recently, he became viral for being the superhero on the streets of Manila. In fact, pagka tinignan nyo
Wow.
sa news, may makikita kayong Spider-Man na paikot-ikot dyan na namimigay ng relief goods. He is my good friend. He is also an educator and an entrepreneur. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you the Spider-Man from Manila, the Chief Operating Officer of Hey Homies Management Consultancy, Johemy Lopez Quiñones.
Hello guys, kamusta? Nice seeing you here. Mamaya makita natin si
Okay.
Spider-Man.
Wow. Okay. Thank you
Wow,
very much for that,
exciting.
Joemi. So before we start, let's ask our guests about more information on who they are and what they actually do and their experiences in being part of or leading a volunteer organization. Let's start with Nardz. Nardz, what's your background and what's your interest? Why did you become a volunteer or lead a volunteer organization?
Okay, thank you so much, Coach Darwin. Kung di mo maitatanong si Coach Darwin and I, we had a lot of, uh, marami kami pinagkaparehas niyan. Well, first of all, I started to be a volunteer, I think when I was 14 years old. I was only second year high school that time, and little that I know, my path to be a volunteer would span for, I don't know, more than a decade right now, and that's the start. I graduated in a local science high school in Rizal. Uh, you know, when we were still young, pinapasok na sa isip na sa amin na kami ay scholar ng bayan. And up until when I went to college, kung saan parehas kami ng school ni Darwin from the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, lalo na doon, we were always taught that we are created. Talagang created eh. We are created. We are here living in the Philippines. Mula sa masa para sa bayan. Mula
To
sa
serve
masa
the
para sa bayan.
community, no? Nardz, to
Yeah,
serve the
to serve the
community.
community, to serve the people. Lagi mo makikita yon. And yeah, after that, I climbed the leadership ladder of different organizations kung saan ako napunta to be a volunteer. Uh, in PUP, I graduated with a degree of clinical psychology. That's why very interested ako dito kay Johemy kasi napakaganda ng ginagawa niya, yung Spider-Man. He's giving help and nourishment physically for nutrition, at the same time psychologically, di ba? He's giving hope, yung patawa. Nakakatuwa eh, siya pala yun. No? So ang ganda network. And yeah, professionally, I'm also a trainer. I'm a training consultant. I'm managing different trainings from of different corporations and LGUs from Baras to Cebu, from Lakbay Museo to Desert Museum to Inflatable Island. And but mas ano ko mas parang minsan 60% of my time are in the volunteer works rather than my work. So or minsan pinag-iisa na lang. So yeah, that's my background and how I started to be a volunteer.
Thank you very much for that, Nardz. How about you, Johimi? How did you start in your volunteer work?
Basically, volunteer work since I was, I think, grade 1. I was trained by my grandparents and by several people within our relatives. So they were either exposing us para dun sa sa mga iba't ibang events such as mga you will celebrate your birthday in some other charity or charitable institution. So we're getting raised by celebrating my birthday into charities and giving food packs to street dwellers within the area. So I think very early exposure doon sa mga bata, I think that will came up to me here. I'm currently the one who's inspiring a lot of people doing the same thing again and again. It's a very simple explanation.
Okay, very interesting, guys. Thank you so much for giving us an overview about what you currently do and why you are doing these things. I want to go back to Johnny, Darwin, and Reynard. No, let's try to unpack a bit more about how he, became the Spider-Man of Manila. Meron bang backstory yan, Johnny? And then after that, perhaps Kuya Reynard can also share with us his current volunteerism efforts in terms of COVID-19. Johnny.
Yes. Actually, the reason behind I use the PPE, the use PPE as a Spider-Man simply because madali lang yan eh. Parang kasi here in Sampaloc, I'm currently residing and I was raised and born here in Sampaloc, Manila. So the current situation kasi is this. Sampaloc is the number 1 in terms of COVID positive and persons under investigations and PUM in the whole entire Manila. So I think the positive is almost 90 persons and PUI is almost 150. So I'm a little bit scared kasi sabi ko lalabas ako without any PPE. So what I'm doing is very simple. Lumabas ako, I bought coverall, tafeta, SBL. I'm wearing that. So I'll show you the first image na naka-PPE ako. So I'm wearing PPE, all suit white. So the kids and the persons are getting scared on me. So sabi nila, oh my God, bakit may nurse dito? Bakit may doctor dito? So oh my God, sabi ko. And then imbis na lalapit yung mga bata sa akin, and then yung mga street dwellers,
Natakot
sila. So sabi ko, I'm thinking kung what is the other way that I can check kung paano ko makakapag-distribute ng food sa kanila. Even our team, na paano kami makakapag-distribute ng food without getting scared yung mga bata na sila yung mismong lalapit sa amin. So nag-research ako if what will be the best alternative doon sa PPE. So kasi ang PPE daw sabi nila dapat is liquid, splash proof, kailangan waterproof siya. So naghanap ako ng Spider-Man costume na water repellent talaga. So ginawa ko before ko suotin, tinas ko muna siya kung water repellent talaga siya, and then in-sprayan ko pa siya ng another water repellent solution para magamit ko siya ng mas maganda. And then yun, sinuot ko siya, medyo stinky lang yung amoy niya kasi may chemical akong nilagay dun sa mismong Spider-Man suit. So very mainit, sobrang init. If I would rate it 1 to 10, siguro mga 9.5, ganon.
Wow.
So, ganun siya ka-exhausting and dehydrating. So, namikilang kami ng food siguro every hour, nagpapahinga kami. So, during that time, nung na-feature ako ng Office of the Vice President and Philippine Star, I think ang food packs na pinamimigay namin noon is around 450 food packs. So, dun sa 450 food packs, parang pinamigay namin siya for almost 2 hours and a half. Because the problem here in Manila, sobrang dami, as in yung population nila is getting bigger all the time. So yun. So ngayon nung sinuot namin yung Spider-Man costume, imbis na kami yung lalapit sa kanila, sila yung lumalapit sa amin. But we have a postcard na bawal po kami lapitan, social distancing dapat. So yun.
Sige, baka mamaya meron ka mapakitang picture sa amin. That would be better for our viewers. Okay, Kuya Reynard, what are the efforts that you are undertaking now during this COVID crisis?
Ganda nung sinabi ni Johimy. Sabi ko nga a while ago, ah, parang aksidente yung ano yung pagkakagawa niya ng Spider-Man no. Pero
Oo.
tama yun eh. It's really bringing help psychologically dun sa mga bata, dun sa mga tao na makakakita kasi mas fun kaysa yung white na PPE parang nakakatakot. Well, anyway, so since the start of the enhanced community quarantine, I think that's first week of hindi,
Second week of
third
March.
week of second week of
Second
March.
of March.
Actually, yung mga organization na form namin are not really formal organization, but with the youth leaders just like me in Rizal na naggawa lang ng mga ng mga initiative. So the first is the Zero Hunger PH. This is actually initiated by a fellow Kabataang Lingkod Bayan in Taytay. She's a kagawad in SK kagawad in Barangay Dolores. Tapos she's from UP. So she got frustrated. She's a student. So alam mo na yung idealistic pa talaga na sobra. She got frustrated. Sabi niya, the government is not doing anything, ganyan, ganyan. So, yun nga, instead na baka kasi matanong tayo kung anong ambag, so what she did is, okay, tinurn na lang yung frustrations into actions. So, tinanong niya ako, sabi niya, Kuya, if gagawa tayo ng fundraising for us to reach 1,000, for us to reach 10,000 families, G ka ba? Sabi ko, sige, G. Mga millennials sila. G ako dyan. So, sabi niya, sige, how are we going to do this? Sige, lahat lang kuya, online. Okay, sige. Let's identify the different places dito sa Luzon. So, ang initially is talagang ang purpose nito is maka-reach ng 10,000 food packs for families here in Luzon. And gulat kami, post lang and everything. Sabi nga namin, may magdo-donate kaya dito, ganyan. Kasi ako, sanay naman ako mag-fundraise sa Philippine Red Cross, but face-to-face or events, ganon. I think this is the first time na naka-raise ako kami ng malaking fund talaga na crowdsourcing. Crowdsourcing ba tawag? Crowdfunding, something like that. Yeah, and right now we're very happy na last week nag-roll out na yung Zero Hunger in Nagcarlan, Laguna. Meron din sa Sampaloc, Johimy, Sampaloc, Manila, Tondo, Manila, and Angat, Bulacan. And next week, lahat naman is sa Rizal Province. So Baras, Tanay, Pililla, and Antipolo. And the second one, bilis lang, yung Batang Rizal movement naman. Yung Batang Rizal movement naman actually, when we were conceptualizing it, it's not really intended for COVID. Ang concept niya ay mapataas yung youth participation in political matters, in social responsibility. In short, for the youth to be an active citizen. Tapos dapat ilo-launch siya this March dahil nga may COVID na. Sabi ko sige gamitin natin itong platform na to. If Zero Hunger PH is its purpose is during COVID-19's enhanced community quarantine, ito namang si Batang Rizal movement is post enhanced community quarantine naman kasi kanina nakikinig ako kay VP Lenny, if ever daw matapos yung enhanced community quarantine, unti-unti yung pagbalik na negosyo and everything, unti-unti, marami pang hindi magiging stable na family. So, Batang Rizal movement, what we will be doing, nag-identify na rin kami ng mga lugar, we will set up a community kitchen, tapos we will provide hot meals from the morning, lunch, and dinner. So, medyo ginagawa namin scientific yung mga consultation dito, like, sa community kitchen, yung menus are really created by a registered R&D nutrition dietitian talaga. Tapos yung lugar kung saan namin gagawin yung community kitchen, pinapavalidate talaga namin sa mga social worker. So kasi ayaw namin na yun nga, ang nangyayari kasi ayaw namin na masayang yung mga public fund na dinodonate. So yeah, that's it. So Zero Hunger PH and Batang Rizal movement.
Okay. Now, I think the most common thing that you've been doing right now during the time of pandemic, which is of course naka-lockdown tayo, is using the power of social media to actually forward your advocacy in volunteerism, right? And a perfect example kasi niyan yung nangyari kay Johemi na talagang nag-trending siya sa Facebook, sa Twitter regarding what he did. So can you tell us, Johemi, do you actually believe that volunteerism is still, or the spirit of volunteerism is still alive today? And yung impact nito, what do you think is the impact of it for you?
Okay. I think just want to give you a joke. Actually, ang current problem natin ngayon sa Pilipinas, marami tayong volunteers, pero hindi sila naglalabas ng pera. Pero ngayong COVID season, maraming volunteers, marami naglalabas ng pera. So ibig sabihin, pag kailangan talaga, marami talagang mga volunteers. Aside from that, they're also working hand on hand to have the donation drive. So that's a very important So kasi ang problema lang kasi natin mga way back before, marami tayong volunteers but we have a very limited resources. Bakit? Pero ngayon, sobrang daming resources, sobrang daming volunteers. So parang we act as one, 'di ba? Parang you will see the bayanihan of Filipino people talaga. It's very interesting.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And how about with you? You've used social media to actually raise funds via crowdsourcing. What made you do that? Kumbaga, what made you reach out to people and believe that people would actually be involved in your advocacy or enticing people to actually volunteer both their time and resources to your group?
Oh, actually, marami kasi sinasabi, tayo medyo, tayong totoong millennials, I believe yung mga, basta yan, yung millennials. Marami sinasabi yung mga younger generations daw sa atin, ang iniisip na lang, puro K-pop, puro OPA, puro BL together, isa dyan, fan nun, joke lang, Darwin. But, so, sabi, hopeless na daw yung mga mas bata sa atin kasi wala na daw sense of social responsibility, wala na daw sense of nationalism. Ako ngayon ko na-prove na hindi totoo na wala sila. Tama yung sinabi ni Joymi, ang daming gusto mag-volunteer. Yung iba nga lang, they don't know where will they dedicate their time, ano yung magiging vehicle nila, ano yung advocacy nila. Ngayon lumalabas na a lot of people really wanted to help. And, would you believe, as low as really, kasi we have GCash di ba? Nagulat ako, first time kong gumamit ng GCash. Makakatanggap ako, may text na lang na may nag-donate ng as low as 1 peso. 5 pesos, 20 pesos, 1,000 pesos. So, even piso, sobrang laki niya. And napakaganda naging platform itong social media kasi ang dami nung nare-reach. At the same time, ngayon ako naniniwala pagkatapos nitong enhanced community quarantine natin, pag nakalabas tayo, ang dami ngayon na para mga kabataan gigil na lumabas. Alam mo, isang post mo lang dyan, isang crowdsource mo lang, hey, everyone, let's meet up in Cubao. Let's meet up in riverbanks. Let's meet up in Sampaloc, in whatever. Mag-meet na yan kaagad. Tapos, you're already doing one common goal or purpose. So, yun? Ang gandang nangyari na parang na-solidify pa natin yung action ng mga kabataan.
Very nice, very nice. Very inspiring yung stories nila Kuya Darwin no?
Mm-hmm.
Each power of meaningful connections, and I think that's what's defining also the millennial movers of this time. I think there's no truth to the saying na walang pakialam yung mga millennials natin sa nangyari, because clearly the stories of these two young gentlemen here are proving it. Now, we've heard the good side of what is happening now with your efforts and initiatives, but we want to also tell people that this is not a walk in the park. There are challenges. Sabi ni Johemi kanina, the costume was very hot, no? Perhaps Reynard also had his own share of difficulties. But for the two of you who are our special guests today, what are the main challenges that you face throughout, this initiative that you are leading now? Anyone can go first.
Yes. I think, can I go first?
Yes, Johnny.
Sure.
I think one of the great. Can I share my screen?
Sure, yes, please.
Yeah.
Share my screen to you guys. So I think one of my greatest problem during that time is the here. Just want to show it to you. So this was posted last March 18, but nag-ikot ako neto was March 15. I think one of our greatest challenges is emotional challenge. Kasi you will be emotionally challenged on this. Kasi when you will see people, you will see lolo and lola, parang and then makikita mo yung hunger nila sa food, and then yung needs nila during that period of time. Parang pagka nakita mo na, for example, we prepared 120 box of food. So, let's say, naubos na yung 120 na yun, and then pag nakakita ka ulit ng street dweller within the area, parang ang sakit sa sarili na hindi mo sila ma-provide ang lahat. That's the number one. I think it's a psychological boosting din. And aside from that, yan, tulad ni Lola, sila yung mga taong natulungan namin during that time. So all of them, majority of them are senior citizens. Ito, may infant pa. So medyo heartbreaking, sobrang sakit sa puso, nakakadurog sa puso.
Heartbreaking talaga, no?
Kita mo talaga. So I'm very happy, but some of our street dwellers na natulungan, we already forwarded them to Dalpan Sports Complex through the leadership of Isko Moreno. So ito, kung makikita ninyo yung mga currently, here's the expenses of Hey Homie. So we already spent 287,000. Donation 44,000, and in-kind donation is 21,000 already. So these are the expenses that we already currently running pa rin as of the moment. So mode of donation is through PNB and GCash. And then yan. So later na siguro to.
Okay.
Nardz, how
I
about
think we are in Nard also.
Yeah, from your end.
Sorry, ang question is anong challenge?
Yeah, mga challenges na naranasan mo during your time of being a volunteer or leading a volunteer community.
Well, ako dito let's be specific dito sa sa COVID. Yun, I think I share the same sentiment kay Joymi and to everyone. Minsan yung pupunta ka sa community, lalo na ngayon, di ba, nag-start na kami na mamigay ng mga food packs. 100 per food packs kasi yung binibigay kada bayan. Minsan yun, maaawa ka pa talaga kasi may mga nangangailangan pa. Pagkatapos, may isa kaming volunteer from a certain medyo depressed area. Kinuyog ng mga tao, medyo nagkaroon ng commotion. Pero yun, talagang yung kagustuhan ng mga kabataan na makatulong is really there. So yun. Ayan, so as of now, ito na yung mga na-distribute. So Bulacan, Quezon City, 2 sa Quezon City, 2 sa Manila, and then sa Laguna. And then next week is puro Rizal province. So maraming challenges sobra. Minsan isipin mo rin, tulad yan, pag nag-start ka ng isang campaign na online lang, may magdo-donate ba? Saan kaya may pupuntahan ba tong ginagawa namin? But yeah, eventually talagang if you really work together and you collaborate with other young people na you share the same vision, you're gonna make things happen.
Okay, since we are actually pressed in time, siguro one of our last questions would be, since most of our viewers are either in the corporate world or as well as in the academe, how would you entice them or how would you encourage people to do volunteer work? Kasi sa school, sa mga company, meron mga tinatawag na corporate social responsibility. And actually, they would actually ask for volunteers coming from, of course, the students or the employees. So how would, if I'm a leader of an organization, how would I make sure that I would be able to establish a good volunteer group or a good volunteer team? Let's start with you, Johimi.
I think number one is at the very early stage, you need to educate the young kids at the very early stage. Our youngest volunteer is 12 years old. he's the one who's packing the food and packing some other stuffs, and then he's bringing some stuff doon sa sasakyan. So yun job niya. So he's also a volunteer. I think expose a lot of people in the very early stage, yung mga kids ninyo, mga pamangkin ninyo, expose people, expose majority of people in doing writing, and doing donation drives, and doing a lot of things, because exposure can lead to own initiative. Like before, I'm just only na-expose lang ako, and then ngayon I'm currently the one who's currently doing this kind of initiative. I think that's the only thing.
How about with you, Nardz? How would you
Yeah, for
entice
me,
people, encourage people to do volunteer work?
yeah, for me, number one is to create an awareness that even in our small things, we can do something. Second is for us to, choose responsible action on how are we going to address it. And for me, if specific siya sa corporation or other organization, you have to identify ano yung advocacy na gusto o pwede o swak or really suited or fitted for a certain organization, since parehas kami nasa HR ni Darwin. Because kung halimbawa makita mo yan, like yun nga, I have different advocacies and initiative for solar lamp, eco bricks, good governance, iba pa mga for education. When a certain organization or certain company sees na, uy, nakaka-relate kami dyan, they're gonna do it. They'll help you all the way.
Burns, would you like
Okay,
to?
yeah. Alam mo, Kuya Darwin, we want to ask them a lot of questions, no? But we want to stick to our 30-minute life hacks na 30 minutes lang talaga, or more or less 30 minutes lang, no? Actually, dagdag ko lang siguro, no? I'm hearing their stories and I'm so inspired to volunteer in any way possible, and I'm sure our viewers also would have the same feeling. And this is very timely, not just because it's COVID, because for the knowledge of everyone, today also we celebrate the Feast of Divine Mercy. So if you are a Catholic or a Christian, you would notice that your friends would be sharing about this Feast of Divine Mercy. And the message is really, we have to be the face of mercy for our neighbors, because Pope Francis wrote a beautiful book. It's called The Name of God is Mercy. And whatever religion we believe in, all of us can be that face of mercy. And then these two people are trying to be those lights and faces of mercy in their area of influence. Siguro, Kuya Darwin,